Hi, Alvin here, and you are watching episode 21 of the 3-Minute Health Tip. Now for this episode, I'm going to get a little bit more tactical, and I'm going to share with you a technique that I found over the years has really helped my patients overcome a lot of their doubts and anxieties. When I was back in university in the sport therapy program, I was first introduced into the concept of visualization in helping athletes perform better. Not only did we learn it from a performance standpoint, but also from a healing standpoint. And so I'm really going to apply some visualization techniques in helping people overcome some of their chronic symptoms. For this new health perspective and understanding that it's really a fusion of natural healing and personal growth, there's going to be a natural transition period where, once you understand your conflict, I recognize that if it's something that's a part of how you think, part of your belief system, it's not easy to just change your perspective on that conflict immediately. And so I often tell people that you have to be patient, that you're going to go through a transition period where you're going to take 2 steps forward, 3 steps back. 1 step forward, 2 steps back. And so there's going to be some really good days where you feel like you've got a handle on it, and then you're going to step on a track or a trigger and your symptoms are going to flare up again, and then you might be a little bit down on yourself. You might start to doubt whether you can do this or not. And so this is where I encourage them to deploy this technique that I call dominating your doubts. And there's really 3 steps to dominate your doubts. So number 1, you utilize this the days when you wake up, your symptom flares up, whether it's a skin rash, whether it's your pain, and you start to really get down on yourself and you feel like, this is not going to work. I'm never going to get over this. This is too hard. Then what I recommend in the first step is to take your phone, set an alarm. Whatever amount of time you feel you need, maybe it's 10 minutes, 20 minutes. Some people told me they needed 45 minutes. And what you do is you set that alarm, and in the next 45 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever it is for you on that day, I need you to wallow in your doubts. That's right. Bring it all up. Think about all the things that you're afraid of, all the things of why it's not going to work, all the thoughts that make you question what you're currently doing or what you're doing to deal with your symptoms. Sit with that until that alarm goes off. The moment that alarm goes off, now you need to implement a visualization technique. Now you have to take a breath, clear your mind, visualize a room. And in that room, there's going to be papers all over the floor. Don't worry about what's on the papers. It represents all of those doubts and thoughts that you just brought up or you wallowed in that first step. Now in the second step, once you see the room and the papers on the floor, you have this special vacuum. And I need you to vacuum that floor. I need you to see the papers being sucked into the vacuum. I need you to hear those papers being shredded. And I need you to smell those papers being incinerated and burnt. And so you go through this process of visualizing yourself cleaning out that room. And I need you to make sure near the end, just when you think it's all cleaned up, to take one last look, because there's often a piece of paper hiding somewhere in that room that you maybe didn't get yet. So take the time to clean that up, hear it getting shredded, and again, smell that thing getting burnt. And then the final step is when you take another breath, you leave that room, and I need you to remind yourself of 3 areas of achievement that you've overcome in the past. Similar situations where you had doubts, where you had uncertainty, and yet you were able to overcome them. And once you come up with those 3 past memories of achievement, I need you to take another couple of breaths and get on with your day. Now, this entire process in the beginning may take some time depending on what you're dealing with, but as you get better at it, it can take a few minutes, sometimes not more than a few seconds. But I hope that you can implement this dominating your doubt strategies to help you when you go through that little bit of a down period during the transition to your personal growth and overcoming your symptoms. Now, I know that's a little bit of a long health tip, but I hope that that's valuable for you. I hope that you can apply it immediately. I want to thank you, as always, for your attention, and I look forward to seeing you at the next episode.